Anything can happen in boxing, especially in the heavyweight division. Styles make fights, and I don't want to hear anything about Anthony Joshua not being a champion or being trashed, because that just downplays the achievement that Alexander Usyk had on Saturday, September 25th, 2021.
I'm very few.
What's that?
Heavyweight champions.
Hey Ringsiders, what is going on? This is your host, Boxing's Objective Observer, and welcome back to Ringside Stories. Or if you're new, we cover boxing and combat sports from a unique point of view through mini documentaries, backstories, and much more. So if you like content like this, feel free to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for the latest here on Ringside Stories. Welcome to the channel, and thanks so much for your support in advance. We have a new unified heavyweight champion of the world in Alexander Usyk.
Was that the fight you expected to have from Anthony Joshua tonight?
Это то, что ты ожидал от Энтони Джошуа?
Не, пожестче ожидал.
No, I thought.
Может быть, я просто был готов к этому.
I thought he was gonna be tougher, but maybe I was ready for it.
It wasn't that Anthony Joshua was trash or really bad. It was just more that Usyk was that good. And as I stated many times, Anthony Joshua is still an improving fighter.
Exactly. The losing bit isn't the best experience, but in terms of experience is what you can learn from every situation that you find yourself in. So for me, obviously, as I said, the losing part isn't good, but I'm not someone that looks at things from a negative point of view. I try and keep a positive head on my shoulders, so I have to look at ways to improve from this moment forward. And that's what it is. That's what it is for me. Simple, not complicated. Where did I go wrong and how can I get there?
Is the manner of the defeat more concerning than the Ruiz defeat?
Not really, because like losing to Ruiz, I mean, after 8 rounds, AJ's winning the fight on the scorecards, and then
No sir. One judge had Usyk up. One judge, I think that's the British judge, had AJ up, and one judge had it dead even. But Anthony Joshua wasn't winning the fight after 8 rounds. And starting from round 9, Alexander won every round. And that is where all 3 judges agreed. Now let's see some prominence react to Alexander Usyk's upset win over the now former unified heavyweight champion of the world.
The entrances, it was next level. That's boxing at the next level right there, and the performance from Usyk suited the whole occasion. He is the man, and he proved he's the man beyond any shadow of a doubt.
Oh, Joshua seemed very gun-shy. He didn't want to let his hands go, and seemed like he's stuck in the middle of what he wanted to do the whole time. It seemed like he was always hesitating, and Usyk took advantage of it.
The other day, I was looking at Anthony Joshua against Dillian Whyte and a few others, and he had a raw, spiky edge about him. He's refined himself, and he's learning the game, and so he's kind of losing a little bit of what that rawness that got him to where it got him to. And he got him through a certain level. Now he's thinking, I've got to refine it too. He's got to find a happy balance in between, and this is why what happened.
The last round was a bit tricky for him, but you know what? We don't cry for spilled milk, mate. We just have to knuckle down and regroup and then go back again.
What more did AJ need to do tonight? You know, when you fought Alexander, you was aggressive with him.
I think he didn't use his jab more. I think he was pouring it, but instead of put power in it, he forgot to put the power in it. Yeah.
No one knows they're doing the wrong thing until they've proved. So they've been conclusively proved that trying to have a boxing match against Usyk isn't the way to go. When I say boxing match, I mean straight up boxing match, jab for jab, you know, who can land the cleaner punches. And let's not lean on the other person, let's not try to use your physical advantages, grabbing him, pushing him, pulling him, hitting him on the break, roughing him up, getting your head in there, body shots. There was no real desperation, there was no real, it's life and death. And I think when he incorporates that into his style, then I think then maybe all the things I believe will come true.
I don't know, maybe Joshua is just comfortable and just relaxed now. Maybe he doesn't seem hungry anymore. He seems to be fighting this safety first fight style that he's showing in the last couple of fights, you know, so maybe he's just lost the dog in him.
The main thing Anthony did wrong was when you fight a guy that's smaller coming up in weight, you must let him know that tonight you're the bully. You're not going to let him come up and take over nothing. When he let Usyk land 2 straight left hands, then an overhand left in the first round, that was telling. That means he came up and made a statement the first round. You cannot allow that to happen with a small man.
Just when you get beat like that by an unbelievable performance, by a pound for pound genius, I don't know what else you can do. You just say, you know, you got to dust yourself down and be better. You know, I don't think it was a great performance from AJ, but that may well have been because Usyk was so bloody good. So yes, there's loads of things he can do differently, but putting them into play is something that is hard to do.
Anthony Joshua's forever surprised in everything he's done. He's been boxing 13 years from the age of 18. What he's done in that short space of time, nobody can ever knock his achievements and what he's done and how he's done it and how he's managed to get to where he has done in record time. So it shows something in his character where he's mentally strong, focused and can get stuff done. So this is why, again, I thought he's going to pull another magic trick off again, because that's what he did. He's getting in there with one of the best fighters out there. And he tried his hardest. He tried to actually outbox Usyk and play him at his own game.
That's why I feel like this training and this fight combined together was a great experience for me, and I can use it as leverage moving forward in my career. Look, from the outside, it's always easy to judge, and you know, I'm like, Usyk's a good fighter. I can't take that away. He's been on the road fighting, and like myself, I'm trying to fight great fighters. So for me, if I was not taking on good challenges, I don't think I'd improved or been able to have the success I've had as a fighter. So I took a loss today, but for me, in my mind, I know how much that's going to elevate me. Just me speaking to you, I know within myself how much that can elevate me for the next X amount of years in my career, providing I use it as fuel and I don't use it as a way of like, am I good enough? Am I where I'm supposed to be?
That means that AJ can come again. Will it be enough to beat Usyk in the rematch? We don't know, but he is still growing, and as long as Anthony Joshua keeps his mind on improving his game and keeping his positive mindset, he will be a force to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division for many years to come.
Do you think that people doubted you tonight? You believed yourself, your team believed you, but did you think that people doubted that you could do this tonight?
Мне вообще без разницы, что люди думают. Я знаю, что многие не хотели даже этой победы, но мне вообще без разницы. У Бога другие планы.
I really don't care what people think about it. I really don't think about it. It's not even in my mind. I think, God has his own plans.
Nothing I can say is legitimate heavyweight. He's heavyweight champion of the world, unified, you know. Just made history, so congratulations to him, well done.
All this build-up, we knew this is possible if you don't get it right. And he didn't get it right, so he got beat. So, you know, you can break it down, the manner of the debate. He lost to a pound for pound, unbelievable fighter. Top 3 pound for pound in the world, probably number 2. There's no disgrace in that. Just give him the credit for not throwing his belt in the bin and choosing to fight Alexander Usyk, his mandatory challenger. Could have swerved it. In fact, we joked about it in the change room. Probably should have swerved it. But is that what you want? You know? And that's not what AJ's about, and that's why he'll take the rematch, because he wouldn't do anything else.
AJ didn't make it easy for him, but he was in there with a guy that had everything going for him. And you know what? You got to give it to him, because this is a fight. He could have easily said, you know what? No, leave that. But he wants to fight everybody and everybody. And so again, it's maximum respect. Plus, the 67,000 people that were in Tottenham what it brought to the community, what it brought to sport, it was mad.
I believe Anthony Joshua will take the rematch with you, though.
Думаю, что он возьмет рематч.
Я не думаю об этом. Я думаю сейчас о своей жене, понял?
I don't think about that right now. I'm thinking about my wife.
Got it?
Got it?
Is that your wife there? No. Oh, sorry.
What I will say is that Alexander Usyk did answer the big questions. Would he be able to impose his skill set with his newfound weight? Would he be able to take a full force punch from a super heavyweight? And those questions were answered with an astounding yes. Now we'll be assessing the Joshua Usyk aftermath from different angles. More on that to come, so stay tuned here on Ringside Stories. If you like more content like this, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. It helps the channel out a lot. And as always, thank you so much for your support. Now, if you've done that already, you're amazing. We already know that. You are the true undisputed world champion. Till next time, Ringsiders, thank you so much for watching. This is your host, Boxing's Objective Observer with Ringside Stories. Thanks for watching and have a legendary day.